We often wonder in our business, why do I not have enough customers? Or why do I not have enough of this? Or why are sales so hard? And so on and so forth. And today I want to tackle some of those whys. Why is there not enough money? Why is there not enough customers coming in? Why not enough leads? Why not enough car opportunities to be so? We're going to get there as well in a second. And we're going to challenge that with Corinthians today and have a play with it in our minds. But Thabiso, quickly give us a recap, a welcome, by the way, but quickly give us a recap of what you were just telling me about this opportunity to disciple with all of these different cars parked in your parking place at home.
100%. So I've been having car issues for the longest of time. It's a very long season, but it's a very blessed season as well, because it literally creates for an opportunity for me to talk about God to people. So with me having car problems and sometimes a car shortage within the family, getting the boys around to the activities and me having to go to work has created for me to actually reach out. And firstly, it addresses me, this person here. It addresses my pride. And it addresses my ego, because it's never nice for a man to step out and say, hey, Rob, please help me with 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, Kia, hey, Ford, hey, Mini, please help me out with 1, 2, 3, right? So immediately it works on me as a person. Secondly, it creates for an opportunity for every time that there's a different car parked in my parking lot and someone asks, I can actually tell them the full story of, hey, this is actually happening because there is a shortage. And I'm literally loosely saying that because there's a shortage in my home, and this is how God is filling that shortage, you know, and it looks bling, it looks blang, it looks amazing, but also it comes from the back of something that is not really comfortable. And it allows me to paint an overall story about God, not just the bling side, but to be able to say that, hey, you are going to go through difficult times, but this is definitely what God can also do through your difficult time.
So it's kind of funny in linking into be careful what you pray for.
100%.
Because, you know, in 2 Corinthians 9:6, remember this, whoever sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and whoever sows generously will reap generously. You've been looking, you had a sponsored vehicle.
Yeah.
The sponsored vehicle deal came to its end, and you've been looking for a new sponsored vehicle and praying for it. And God's now provided you with the opportunity to go and sow generously by speaking to lots of people in different garages and car businesses.
100%.
And so this just strikes me like, be careful what you pray for, because he's actually going to go, cool, and here's all the opportunities. I'm going to make the one car you've got break down. So now you have to go speak to more people, because he's going to keep forcing you to do more. You prayed for this, you asked for this. I'm going to show you that I'm not going to do it for you like a magician, because I'm not a magician, but I'm just going to show you the way. Now your car's going to break down, and now you're going to have to do more of it.
100%. No, that's very true. I couldn't have said it better myself. But now I have to ask you, Rob. I have to ask you, how is that reality in the Rob Yates life?
Oh, I think that the sowing sparingly has been something that I have been very guilty of for a long period of time. And so 12-ish years ago, I decided not to employ any more people and a whole bunch of things. And in terms of marketing in my business, it's all been word of mouth and referral based for the past 12 years. And so I've sowed very sparingly in terms of marketing. I've got a lot of people who love me, who it really helps, but it's measured in the tens and hundreds. It's not measured in the hundreds, thousands, or hundreds of thousands. Mm. And so in terms of marketing, what was then Rob Yates Elite Performance Coaching and is now KingdomPreneur, I've been sowing very, very sparingly for a very long period of time, and I've been reaping an all right crop, right? Because I haven't done nothing in the way of marketing. It's just all been network, referral based, very high price point to engage with me, so on and so forth. And now with KingdomPreneur, the calling has changed. It's adapted. The numbers that I've been told I should be looking to achieve by him in terms of entrepreneurs and business owners being a part of KingdomPreneur has escalated from 21-to-1 clients to measuring this in the tens of thousands. And I'm now suffering the having not so generously in my marketing attempts for 12 years. And I'm busy correcting that. People can go on my social media platforms now, and I'm busy getting like on the horse and riding it. And I've just employed somebody for the first time in 12 years who's going to be doing the editing and making it look good and so on and so forth, so that I can start sowing generously. But, you know, I've also got to ride out a season, because the farmer sows in spring and reaps at the end of the summer.
Oh, Rob, wow. Oh, you just knocked me out the park there. Wow.
And so I've also got to have an acceptance that the cost of having not sown in marketing terms generously for 12 years is now going to be 2 seasons, probably 6 months, of doing all of the right things without the harvest.
Man.
And if you think about this, how long does social media take to get real traction? 6 to 12 months, right? And how many people in businesses give up on marketing because they do 2 videos on TikTok and they don't make 500,000 or 50,000 or whatever the number is? They're like, oh, this sucks, I'm no good at it. No, it's not that you're no good at it, is you just put the seed in the ground with that first 100 videos. It's just the seeds in the ground.
100%. And there should be consistency at that as well.
That's it. But now we need to do what the farmer does. You know, if hopefully an organic farmer, but they'll weed, they'll water, they'll add compost or something to help the plants, the seeds grow. They'll protect, they'll nurture, ready for the harvest. Because that's what a reaping is, generously, is the harvest, ready for the harvesting time. And so for me, that's been my reality. And I think, in fact, we were talking before we came on air today, and I was talking about the trends, right? The patterns that I'm just running into. This is almost every business owner's problem, is that they expect to do 5 Instagram videos and they're going to get like some epic deal, which for some lucky people, that does happen. We won't take that off the table. But equally, in some industries, you know, asparagus, you put asparagus in the ground and you can't eat it for 3 or 4 years. You've got to let it keep growing and growing and growing before you can harvest the asparagus. So that's not even 2 seasons. That's whatever that is, like 12, 16 seasons before it starts producing a crop. But when asparagus produces a crop, it produces a crop for decades to come without you needing to replant or resow. It just keeps going. And so that is, for me, where I literally this week and last week am with this part of Corinthians and why I pulled it out. What do you find in terms of sowing seeds?
Man, oh man, what a blessing. And I must say, for me, it is something that God spoke to me quite a long time ago about, and he used this beautiful example about the closed hand and the open hand. Like a closed hand, basically, it means that, okay, nothing can go in or nothing can come out of it, you know. And an open hand is this flow, this flow the whole time. So my only thing is I've had to be very, what is the word to use here? I've had to discern quite a lot as to where the flow is going to go, and also where the flow is coming in from, because I think that's also very important, right? To not just have flow coming in, but where it's going to go and where it's going to come in from. And it's been something very, very easy for me to do, to be generous. And in fact, I think I'm sometimes a bit too generous, and I'm sometimes so a little bit too much, if there is. I mean, I don't actually even think there is. In me being a human, yes, there is sowing too much, but in God, there's never sowing too much, you know. But I think my challenge is sowing into the right places, because I want to know that if I sow am I sowing into the right places? But I'm talking to you now, I've realized that, I think, and in the previous stints that we've done, it's not about me. The moment I put in I there, I'm already lost. And it's something that I'm getting revelation of now, is that, all that God expects me to do is to be obedient and to sow. It's not about, am I correct at sowing in this place, but literally concentrating on him. If he gets the honor, the glory, and the praise through me sowing into a certain place. And that for me is absolutely amazing. But I also think I need to sow more, of your story now. I need to sow more into my mindset. I feel I don't have a mindset of abundance as I want to have, and I need to really sow more into that.
I love it. It's funny, this weekend I was just reflecting on it. I know the past 3 episodes, sorry, we've done, I've mentioned this last weekend, but it was a really cool weekend. And
100%.
I'm thinking about the farmer. The farmer sows, they buy seeds, they sow seeds, they pay for fertilizer or compost or whatever throughout the summer. They pay for people to work the fields, diesel for the tractors, so on and so forth. And they only get the reward of the harvest at the end of the summer.
Mm.
And I was thinking about Saturday, the cost of the audio. We made no money. We made a loss on Saturday. We made no money at all. People paid for their drinks and food. That was the start and stop of it. And I'm just reminded by the fact that for me, this is about keeping on those input costs, keeping on paying those input costs to have the videography done, to have the sound done, to literally beg, borrow, and almost steal to go and pull things off. We had branded notebooks from another business that agreed to give it to us as a favor. If we put their banners up, just so everybody had a notebook so we could make it work. But the benefit of that videography and those testimonies from those people and the experiences they've got, maybe that field isn't the one. Maybe that field isn't the one that has an epic crop. But if I do that in enough fields, one field will come good, and maybe more.
Man.
But it's about going through the season and playing the season through.
It definitely is, and I really feel this in my spirit, is that what you have planted there, some of the crops you may never see. And I'm already thinking in this manner, right? Let's take, for instance, a farmer. You used a beautiful example, a farmer who plants, and they plant mealies, right? You are at that point where most probably you sell it to whoever is going to sell it to the masses, but you do not see what it does for the masses. You do not see that family in the village that has a smile on their face because they're busy eating that right now. You do not see whoever's using a certain product that is helping them maybe excel in their business. And I believe that is exactly what we did on Saturday, is that there was a lot of planting that we did right there that we might never see the rewards of, but I believe that there will be rewards. And sometimes we would be lucky to hear back from those people and say, hey, through this 1, 2, 3, 4 happened. But I think it is such a bigger picture and such a bigger ripple that will basically happen through just that one stone that was put in the water, and then you see basically that ripple effect happening of it.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. So I just want to close today by just asking, if you're a business owner and you're here and you've still got through 15 minutes of Thabiso and I talking, if you don't have enough customers, it's because you're not doing enough marketing. And I'm just going to be completely straight up with it. I just want to go and plead, and I'll pray for you. Please, Lord, will you equip these people to go, these business owners to go and be like Jesus, go and disciple, go and talk to as many people as possible about what they do, and stick with it through these seasons until they can reap the rewards from the seeds that they have sown. Please give them the courage and confidence and bravery to stick with it longer. In his name.
Amen.
Amen.
Thanks, my Robs.